Hello, creators. Today I'd like to speak on the topic of crystals. Crystals are more than just something nice to look at. Crystals contain a frequency, and more specifically, they contain a frequency of consciousness. And what that means is this tower knows it's not that tower. You say, well, Jay, well, listen. The double slit experiment proves that a thing knows when it's under observation. And that's what causes the atoms to line up and solidify. And if you think about it, when somebody don't live in a house, doesn't the house just fall apart? It takes a couple years, 3 years, and things start falling apart. And it's because they say, well, nobody's living there maintenancing it. No, nobody's living there observing it. So therefore the atoms are vibrating, and eventually the house will fall apart because there's no observer to make it solid. You can look this up in quantum science. I'm not joking. Anyways, getting back to the crystals. The crystals carry a certain frequency and vibration. And how the quantum field works is when you're within the auric field of something, within roughly 5 to 6 feet of it, depending, your field is trying to negotiate with the other field. This is why when you get around negative people within 5 or 6 feet, you really start to feel it. Or same thing with positive people. You can feel the energy. Why? Because your toroidal field is negotiating with their toroidal field to try to find what's called harmony or balance. This is the nature of all things. This is why your mouth will twinge up when you eat something sour, because the acids in your body are trying to travel to the base to balance it out and find harmony. So the crystals have healing properties, protective properties, cleansing properties. And when you bring the crystal within your auric field, it causes a change to your bio-auric field. Your body has to try to negotiate itself with the crystal. Okay? This is the power of crystals. This is why crystals are powerful. Now, some crystals, like clear quartz, okay, can be programmed. You can literally put your mental intention to broadcast a frequency and amplify your intention, especially quartz crystal, which is why all kinds of products are made of liquid crystal displays, because they transfer energy and carry projection, and they broadcast a frequency. So each type of crystal does something different. The protective crystals and rocks, like tourmaline, obsidian, these will protect you from negative energies, psychic attacks, depending on which one. Shungite is EMF protection. It literally absorbs harmful electromagnetic frequencies. So you can use crystals for protection. You can carry them on your person for protection. This is an obsidian stone in this ring, which protects me. And the different types of shapes and geometrical shapes are the structure in which the frequency is emitted. So like, for instance, when you take a pointed tower or pointed piece, you can literally direct the energy, like in doing Reiki or energy healing or energy work. You have the pointed. Now the spears literally put off in all directions, because obviously they're round, so the energy goes out. The Merkaba shape is a unique frequency. or structure rather, because we all have a Merkaba around us. Merkaba means light body, basically. So also the energy of where it comes from is with it, like ammonite, okay? Ammonite were ancient creatures. They were like snails, and that's fossilized. So you have nature spirits, so to speak, in it. And color, as we know, is also frequency. So a lot of the properties that correspond with your chakras and your light body are color coded, obviously. So citrine is the solar plexus, also the sacral chakra, okay? Lapis lazuli, this is your third eye. Of course, it's indigo colored, right? Also can work on the throat because it has hues of blue. Excuse me. Maybe it's working on my throat right now. Carnelian is red. This is root chakra, right? It has to do with survival, things of the lower vibratory states. But also malachite is for the root chakra, and it's a green color. So not all the colors are 100% correspondence, but for the most part, if it's a color of a chakra, then it works to help that chakra. So purple amethyst, right? That's the crown chakra. You can hold that while you're meditating, and it will amplify your crown, your ability to know, because the crown chakra is I know, right? Selenite can be used for cleansing and clearing energy. You can take a selenite bath. You can cut cords. Golden phantom selenite is really good for cutting cords in energy healing and Reiki work. Selenite basically transmits light. So when it comes to cleansing crystals, you'll hear all kinds of different stuff. Some people are like, oh, well, you put it in salt. Yeah, salt works. You can give it a milk bath. You can put it out in the moonlight, charge it up and cleanse it. You can put it in the sunlight. You can rinse it with water for a long time or soak it in water. The water's not as effective as the sun or the moon. But what I choose to do is I have selenite plates, and I put my crystals on the selenite plates, and I just let them stand there on the stands, because the selenite clears energy, keeps them clean, and also keeps them charged up. And it's much easier than keeping a large bowl of salt around, okay? Labradorite, good for psychic development. Works with your spirit. You have different types. You have these like druzy agate style, right? Flower agates. You got desert rose selenite. This is charoite. This little spear right here, believe it or not, is over $100. But let's say this spear right here is like $30 because it's golden calcite. So the price varies a lot via the type you're getting. This is a chunk of blue kyanite raw. This is used in Reiki attunement, and it's used for many things, but blue kyanite primarily is the stone of Reiki. It balances all 7 chakras, okay, keeps you in alignment naturally. Now the cool thing about crystals and rocks and gems is if they're real, you don't even have to believe if they work. They will work anyway because they are fixed frequency. Now if you buy, like let's say, okay, here's some crystal jewelry. These are real crystals on this jewelry. I sell this jewelry in my store. This is you can put them in combinations. Like I got tiger's eye, jade, right? These are in, this is an abundance ring. So when you put this is addiction recovery, right? So when you put different types of crystals together, you can combine the effects, just like mixing colors together and combining the effect of colors. Now, some crystals you don't mix. I don't know all the specific combinations yet. I'm still learning all this stuff, and it's quite interesting, as a matter of fact. But I use crystals in healing. I use palm stones, like this is moonstone. You know, this is Amazonite, which is good for emotional healing, and for the heart, obviously it's green. Right? You got purple labradorite, which is a specific type of labradorite, different than this regular labradorite. This is ruby red, blue kyanite mixed. This is a really good healing stone, very effective. I use these stones for meditation. I also use them in the assisting of healing other people, or allowing other people to heal, rather. These are what you call tumbles, and like this is chrysocolla, dragon's blood, healer, forget what that's called, emerald, merlinite, green aventurine. Each of these crystals, it doesn't matter how big they are. You can have a crystal that big and it's going to put off the same frequency as a crystal that big. Now, I believe the difference is when it comes to absorbing negative energy, like when it comes to the tourmaline or the shungite. This is also shungite. This candle holder is obsidian, okay? The larger the piece when it comes to absorbing energy obviously would matter, because there's more mass there. It can absorb more energy before it needs to be cleansed and released. But as far as putting off a frequency of healing, you can have, you know, a crystal that size is giving you the same effect. So size don't really matter when it comes to that. Now when you get to the larger geodes, okay, these can conduct a massive amount of crystal energy. So like in channeling and drawing from the crystal realm, you know, the realm of the mind, these are more effective. A lot of channelers will actually hold a large piece like this when they are channeling, because they're channeling to crystalline structure dimensions. So they use a larger crystalline structure, you know, piece, which makes sense. This is Mystic Merlinite. This is an interesting piece. This helps develop your psychic abilities. It helps with manifesting magic. Golden Healer Quartz. This is your general healing quartz crystal. Works for all kinds of different healing. You got Smoky Quartz, okay? You got calcite. You got blue lace agate. This is also a blue lace agate tower, which those are quite pricey as well, because it's kind of a rare. Actually, this isn't blue lace agate. This is blue agate, which is different. There's so many. I mean, there's thousands of different types of crystals. Now this is a sliver of a geode, so you get a cross section of the large crystal, which is cool, and they're a lot cheaper than buying, say, a geode. Rainbow fluorite, very good for cutting cords, releasing energy. This is green fluorite, pyrite, labradorite, camerite, sunstone, which is for motivation, energy. It's a stone of the fire magic, basically. Tiger's eye, which we're all real familiar with. Tiger's eye, it does a lot of different things, actually. Rose quartz, this is used for healing the heart primarily. It's a love stone. Dark rainbow fluorite. This is the only one that's not actually naturally made. That is a man-made iolite. It's a man-made material, but it's still a fixed frequency. Okay, so it still has a property that affects your auric field. There's also chakra stones, kits. Now these are real stones, and they also have the frequency of the chakra, you know, picture on them, which puts off another frequency. Everything is frequency, vibration, and energy, right? So you can take these stones and you can lay them on each of your chakras when you meditate, and bring balance and bring extra energy to that energy center. Now, another thing you can do with crystals, which is really cool, is you can make elixirs. And how you do that is you can take smaller crystals like this or the larger ones, and you put them in water and you let them set for 24 hours, and then you drink the water and you drink the frequency of the crystal, because water is programmable. So the crystal sets in the water, it puts the frequency into the water, and you drink it, which is really cool. So you don't actually have to carry them on you to get the healing properties of them. But I mean, if you carry a stone in your pocket like the healer, you can carry a stone like that in your pocket, and it'll work with your auric field. I put them above my headboard. I have them within my auric field all the time. I wear bracelets. It's part of Reiki to keep a chakra bracelet on or nearby. That way you have all 7 frequencies working with you at all times. I also keep a blue kyanite piece in my sock at all times. That's this right here. So I wanted to share this quick video. I wanted to kind of raise more awareness to crystals, because a lot of people are like, yeah, they're cool, No, there's so much more than cool. They're actually very healing, and they have all kinds of properties. Now I want to note, you can also put Reiki into them. You can put Reiki energy into them. And also crystals will absorb energy. They'll absorb negativity. They'll also absorb positivity. So from time to time they need to be cleansed, and I mentioned that earlier. I think that pretty much covers it, the different types of crystals. And remember, size doesn't matter. If you don't have a lot of money to invest, then invest in smaller tumbles, and they'll still give you the same effect. And also remember, crystals are an investment, because you can spend $20 on a case of beer and it's gone in an evening. You can spend, $20 on a tower, and it'll help heal you the rest of your life. So it's not a waste. It's an investment. And I want to know also, if you buy fake crystal jewelry and you believe it's real, you will get a healing property from it, but only because of your belief in your subconscious mind making it real. But even if you're a non-believer, a real crystal will actually heal you, because it doesn't care if you believe or not, because it broadcasts a consciousness frequency whether you believe it in it or not. So that was all. Quick video. Thank you.